Wow, that's awesome. What better lead-in can there be than that? For
Is that Linda McMahon's theme song?
That was Linda's. No, Linda's theme song was the other one. It was like the WrestleMania 11 one. It was like the. I think so.
Is that the one?
Actually, no. I might be wrong. That might have been her theme song.
I just remember her coming out like.
We should probably say. Sorry, go ahead.
I just remember her coming out way too. Like it was like 2003, and you're like, oh, that song's so old. But
yeah, but so is she. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess
it's better than Steph's current theme song. But this is the I'll call this the Triple Threat podcast to keep with the theme.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you like that one?
I might want to keep that period. We might just.
Yeah. I'm a fan. I'm Will Vaughn.
I'm Alex Vaughn. So in order of old.
I guess so. I didn't really think about it. And I'm Matt Vaughn.
So this is the WrestleMania 30 edition of the Triple Threat podcast. It's also the only one that ever has existed so far. So actually, it doesn't even exist yet. We don't know if this recording will save, but we're all we're all up. I got my coffee, swig of coffee for the working man, and I'm excited for WrestleMania.
I am too. I just wish we had not act so surprised when you had a good name for the podcast, so we made it seem more natural. Oh yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
that is literally for listeners. That is the only time we've heard that. That was not suggested beforehand.
No. And I did not do my research.
The time we came up with that title.
Yeah, I'm entirely sure there's a Triple Threat podcast out there somewhere with three dudes talking about wrestling in Arkansas, being like, Daniel Bryan, I'll tell you, he needs to win, and if he don't win this weekend, I'm gonna cancel my WWE Network subscription. I'm gonna throw away all my. I'm gonna be like that fat guy who freaked out when Batista won the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna rip up all my DVD. Did you guys see that guy?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but it's not his first offense. Let's say that he
actually freaked out about The Rock too.
Yeah. so angry. I actually saw it on what's that show called?
Tosh?
TMZ?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Blowing everything. At
midnight.
Oh, at midnight.
Sorry.
Hardwick show at midnight. Nice.
Yeah.
Which Chris Jericho won, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Chris Jericho was on it a couple of weeks ago, and he won.
Yeah, he's been on the podcast a couple times, actually.
Oh, yeah. Jericho's
on this one. Yeah, on this one.
On the Triple Threat podcast.
Remember last week we had Chris Jericho on the Triple Threat podcast? And, oh, man, it was so much fun. He signed all my stuff, and he was great. He was a real doll. But let's shoot. I'll tell you where he's not going to be is WrestleMania 30. Apparently, he's not. He might be in the New Orleans area. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of stuff going down, man. A lot of people are in town. And WrestleMania is one of those shows, that people kind of, even in a backstage segment, even if they just cut to, they'll cut to Stone Cold Steve Austin and he'll get a huge pop. And, they'll cut to all these guys. You don't even need to be on the card, really. No, to make an appearance, so to speak, at WrestleMania. I remember at 27, there was a good moment when The Rock was backstage and he bumped into Steve Austin, and they were both kind of on the card because Steve was reffing the Lawler Cole match, which we all.
Oh, I do not remember that at all.
Oh my God, we all wish we could forget. You know what's funny? I was so excited to be part of WrestleMania 27, and the show was over, and I walked away, and I was like. This girl behind us kind of echoed my sentiments. She was like, "That was the worst WrestleMania ever." I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty disappointing." But
didn't Miz headline that?
Miz and Cena headlined that, but Miz
they lost the double count out
because when they threw him out, Miz got knocked out cold. He hit his head in the concrete and got knocked out cold, and he doesn't remember the match.
Legitimately?
Legit got knocked out. Yeah.
Oh wow.
He got KTFO.
That is brutal.
Yeah. Legit got knocked out in the main event of WrestleMania. So that's why they had that super awkward double count out. And Rock came out and said it's not ending that way. And people were like, what the hell is going on?
That is a nightmare. Now, one thing I kind of want to start with a little bit is just talk about what each of us, our relationship with WrestleMania is. And I'm sure that's pretty similar considering we're brothers and grew up very similar to it. But I just want to know kind of when we think of WrestleMania, what do we think about, and what's our kind of one of our first experience, one of our first memories of it, that sort of thing.
One of my first memories, because I'm older than Methuselah, is WrestleMania 7. They had a press conference. I think it was on NBC. Like, this is back in the day when they had it, on TV. And I remember the angle with like Jake Roberts and Rick Martel going into that, when Rick Martel sprayed his arrogance in Jake's eyes, and Jake got his eyes all messed up when they had a blindfold match, which is always, which is always a big hit. But I do somewhat vaguely remember the Hogan Slaughter stuff from WrestleMania 7. And another, for me, I mean, every 10th WrestleMania is a big deal. I mean, we'll talk about WrestleMania 20 in a bit. I think we should mention that, because that was a big one. But I remember watching WrestleMania 10 at my buddy Tyler Fletcher's house, watching WrestleMania 10 on pay-per-view when Brett lost to Owen, but he still won in the main event, which is kind of funny because you have something a little similar going on this year with Daniel Bryan. Although, Brett wasn't a win and you're in kind of situation. It was just that weird,
That was that Royal Rumble 94.
The double elimination, yeah. Yeah, where they flipped a coin. So that was my early experiences with WrestleMania.
I think the first WrestleMania that I remembering now, I think is WrestleMania 9, which was the outdoor one at Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, and that's a contender for the worst one of all time too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to watch. Like, if you watch it, it's such a ridiculous event.
It's such a gimmick WrestleMania, which is fun, and it's a good thing they haven't really tried it since then.
I will say I never got a chance to really watch it, ironically. So for me, when I was however old I was then, it was the best. Like, I think it was like 6 or 7. So
which I guess is the target audience for that kind of WrestleMania.
So
it's like,
I loved it. Other than losing.
Yeah, Brett losing to Yoko, and then Hogan coming out and winning the title. And I think that was probably back then kind of something similar to Batista winning the Royal Rumble, where this guy goes away for a little bit and then comes back and wins the title right away. I think people were
for the same reason.
For the same reason, yeah. And then he held it for a couple of months, and then he went over to work for Turner, as they say. What about you, Matt? What's one of your earliest memories?
Well, I was just thinking, and appropriately, it's because yours was 7, Will, and then Alex's was 9. Mine, I believe, was 12.
There you go.
I would say the one that I thought of, and maybe that's because 11 is utterly forgettable in so many ways. But 12 is such a big deal. Iron Man match.
That was amazing. Incredible.
Sean's entrance, obviously, is huge, and it's just one of those things that is. I don't know if it's the build up or if it's the actual watching it, or I don't know if I even.
I watched that on pay-per-view, man.
But
I remember that. The thing that stuck out in my mind was the Hollywood backlot brawl between Roddy and Goldust, where they started in the backlot and they fought a bit, and then they went on this police chase where they spoofed O.J. Simpson, and then didn't
they just use O.J.'s footage? They just used the footage.
I don't know if they did or not. They probably could have.
I thought they did.
But then they can't. They come back and they have this little match in the ring, and Piper grabs Goldie by his Golden Globes and slams him that way. And it was Ultimate Warrior came out and beat Triple H in about 2 seconds.
Well, that was the click punishment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Apparently, I don't know if that's I don't have official.
Well,
word.
part of his punishment too was he was supposed to. I mean, H was supposed to win King of the Ring that year, and then this guy named Stone Cold Steve Austin won and told Jake Roberts to grab a cheap bottle of Thunderbird, and that is, he thumps his Bibles and he says his prayers. They didn't get him anywhere, he says Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass, and becomes immortalized as they say.
Yeah.
It's impressive that
not his most
even though
phrase, but
right.
I mean, it sold a lot of T-shirts, really.
Yeah, it's impressive that the Triple H managed to still have a pretty stellar career, all things considered.
He just stuck with it. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He just.
Yeah. I mean, that's not all.
That's not all he did. Well, H gets, and we'll talk about that too, because he's kind of all over this card in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It says WrestleMania XXX. I think it's WrestleMania HHH.
Oh, nice. There's
right?
some,
That's
wrestling.
written down in front of you, Matt. I'm going to be upset.
There's some wrestling forum.
Nope, certainly not.
Crumble throw. There's some wrestling forum where about 86 different neckbeards type that up on the night.
That is not true. That is, if anybody else did, it was fresh out of my brain. So.
Speaking of H and XXX, I just want to say they did the set reveal last night.
Oh, I had no idea where you were going
showed
with that.
it. Well, okay, I'm going to throw this out too. Is that
I'll tell you what I did last night.
With the Roman numerals, I was like, are they going to call it WrestleMania Triple X? Is there going to be a naked girl on this show? What's going to happen? And obviously not. I mean, Super Bowl Triple X didn't have anything like that. I don't think.
Yeah, that's the reason. Well, I guess WrestleMania. I mean, Super Bowl 30 didn't have any naked people, so maybe
WrestleMania.
Maybe that makes
WrestleMania won't. I don't know. But it's they did the set reveal last night, and it looks awesome. I mean, it's purple and gold, which I'm partial to, especially in New Orleans, where in the building where my boys won the Super Bowl most recently.
Pats also won their
most recently.
They won their first Super Bowl at the Superdome.
Really? How many Super Bowls has that thing
Rams.
hosted?
Lots, actually, many. For listeners who are unfamiliar with their football preferences, Will is referring to the Baltimore Ravens, his favorite team, as being Super Bowl champions, and Alex has mentioned his and my favorite team.
And I was erroneous in saying the Ravens are the most recent. Of course, the most recent are the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
I was way off there. But they showed the set. The set looks really awesome, actually. I kind of like how they do the little night before reveal. Vince McMahon did it last year. I think that's kind of a neat thing. I think every year they add they add something that's part of the tradition. I mean, WrestleMania weekend, it's become WrestleMania week now. One thing I regret missing out on when I went down to Atlanta is missing out on, fan access. And, they had it's a whole festival, which is really awesome that a festival like this gets put on by the biggest company, because there are like Wrestle Fests, but those are usually done by indies and people with not a whole lot of money. So I think it's really great that they have the opportunity for fans to meet the wrestlers and check out all the merch and memorabilia. And of course, last night's SmackDown is the one where they have like maybe 3 or 4 matches, but like most of it is just building the card for WrestleMania, because Raw has to be the go home show, right? Before WrestleMania. So last week on Raw, we get a great, Daniel Bryan's not here tonight, unfortunately. He's in WrestleMania. He's at New Orleans early. He's got to get ready for WrestleMania. So he's there early. And, of course, the main event of Raw was Batista against Randy Orton, which is weird. I don't remember a WrestleMania main event
or the main event
like taking place. But, I mean, it's a guaranteed triple threat. It's going to be either H or Daniel Bryan, but in a Raw, Daniel Bryan comes out and attacks Triple H on commentary and kicks everyone out and yeses, and everyone goes crazy, which has me a little worried, because in my experience, the guy who goes over the week before the show, the guy who's on top of Raw the week before the show, typically loses in my experience. But maybe I don't track that very well. But I've always told Zach that. I'm like, he won. It means he's going to lose at the pay-per-view.
What was most annoying about that Raw for me is I recorded it and then saw the entrances for Batista and Orton, and then the recording dropped out. So I think
it's a 3-hour show, and it still has overrun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Eric Bischoff's grinning like a cat somewhere. But
one thing I want to just kind of get back to the set thing. Well, first off, if you look at the website for the set reveal, there are a lot of pictures of Triple H there. So just throwing that out there again, that even though it's a set reveal, there are like at least 5 pictures of him in that.
You got to think this is his last one, as well as Taker's. Like, it's got to be the end of like that Legends type.
Yeah, well, I mean, heck, 2 years or a year or 2 ago, they called it an end of an era with Triple H and Undertaker. They called it.
Yeah, the fact they backed off that.
They called it the end of an era. So let's, because I got stuff I want to say about Taker, but let's go through this card here, and I'm gonna.
Just real quick before we do that, I was just thinking, I'm asking, I guess, the WrestleMania set reveal, is that the result of like the set used to get leaked, and so they were saying, okay, forget someone else taking our big event, why don't we just show it beforehand? Because if it's going to get leaked, it's going to get leaked. So why don't we? Just
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's much of a spoiler. I mean, they had.
Thing. I haven't seen this set yet, and probably won't until the show, just for authenticity's sake.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go on record and say I've been pretty disappointed by the sets recently. I think it was Elimination Chamber. It was just the Raw set that is, did it up with different lights. I mean, it's all. I'll sound like an old man, but it's all screens now. And I remember when, remember we would order those pay-per-views every month, and when the set, we'd always be like, oh, it's a cool set for No Mercy, It was,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Or for Unforgiven with that flaming Unforgiven sign, that was cool. And now it's just
for Judgment Day, and it was just 8 stories of scaffolding that cut off half the arena because I don't think they sold enough seats. But
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Just make the sets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's so funny that and especially in these big stadiums, they got to be cutting off thousands of seats, but they still get 70x odd thousand people go.
Yeah.
And they sell most of the tickets. They sell probably 90% of the tickets before the card is announced. So you really can't say that. I mean, I guess you could say the whole roster is selling tickets, right? They're drawing the money.
Yes.
But, the WrestleMania now is such an international event. I mean, you look at the last couple of years, there's so many just flags in the crowd and people from all over the world, international wrestling fans come to America, which is where it always is. And, they make a big deal out of it. They make a huge deal out of it. They always go around we are from Germany, WrestleMania, it's going to be so great. They get really, really into it.
I'm sorry, Will, do you have a German person staying at your place?
Yes, Klaus, come say hi. Oh, yes. Hi,
yeah,
Klaus,
that was incredible.
It's very good to be on this Triple Set podcast. Yeah, well, Klaus, you can't be here because it's triple. Oh, I see. Yes, triple, and you'd be the fourth. I'd be the fourth. Yes, you would be. Oh, okay, I believe. Okay, thank you.
See you, Klaus.
See you, Klaus.
Okay, bye. Okay. Oh, wow, Klaus, you really should have put on some pants. Good thing the video wasn't on. Okay, so let's break down this card. Now, I'm going to... The other day, I was listening to the Ross report, and Ross was breaking it down, and he was kind of going in order of what he thought it would be, and I thought, that's a really good order. So I'm going to try to stick with it. I think
steal his order?
Well, steal his opener anyway, and this opener makes sense because these guys got to compete later. Yeah. Daniel Bryan and Triple H opens the show. If you open the show with Daniel Bryan, you get 70,000 going yes. Super hot opener, in WrestleMania 28, he did that. That's when he first got the yeses over in Miami when he got kicked in the face and lost in 18 seconds.
Horrible.
But and look at him now, though. I remember at 27, it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan against Sheamus for the U.S. title. So this is how far we've come. And I liked both of them, but they put it on the pre-show. And they had about a 5-minute match that was good. I remember Daniel kicked Sheamus in the chest maybe 12 times in a row. And then a bunch of guys came out and interfered. And then Teddy Long came out and he's like, hold up, player. And he made it made it a battle royal where Khali won.
I'm sorry. Is Teddy Long there with you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, I got to really stop paying attention.
Anyways, they made it a battle royal and Khali won and did his big dance. And my friend Sarah was like, I like the way he dances. I'm like, well, that's why he's there. So kids can say, and look at the gigantic man dance. So, I digress. Daniel Bryan against Triple H to open the show. Nice hot opener. If the face goes over, everybody's into it. Daniel Bryan has to win because there's no way they can do a main event at WrestleMania 30 with 3 heels, with Randy Orton, Batista, and Triple H.
Well, you've heard
do that.
I've heard the potential possibility, which is just obviously someone saying, well, this could happen, but it could become a fatal 4-way or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's not completely out
there. That would be good.
Like have a double disqualification or anything like that, and that could happen because it's then, we'll see what happens later in the show.
That could happen. It's an interesting WrestleMania where it's like we don't even know what the main event of the show is before the show. We know it's going to be somebody. We don't know who it is yet. Randy Orton, Batista, and H. I mean, it's interesting. Randy Orton and Batista. I mean, 10 years ago they were on Evolution.
The problem, that's the thing actually that bugs me about this potential main event is that this main event could have happened 9 years ago. Like the Randy Orton Batista Triple
Oh my
H.
goodness, yeah, and I believe it.
That realistically could have been 9 years ago, and I think that is kind of telling of exactly why they shouldn't do it.
Because it's kind of past its expiration date. Is that kind of your point?
I would say, yeah. I mean, like, I think that WWE needs to have a mindset of we need to go somewhere in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're doing main events that we literally could have done with almost no difference 10 years ago, I think there's a problem there.
Yeah, the difference is they're all older, and Randy and Batista have a whole bunch more tattoos, and Triple H is hairier, and he cut his hair.
And cut his hair.
Yeah, he doesn't wax anymore, but he
You would think that would cancel each other out, but
I'm thinking Daniel Bryan versus Triple H.
Triple H going to have his live music entrance? Like, usually someone has some sort of live music entrance every year.
Yeah, I'm wondering who. Last year's was awesome with CM Punk. I can't believe In Living Color was there. CM Punk, we hardly knew ye. Maybe, gosh, I don't know. It'd be cool if Bray Wyatt had this weird band that came out with him that played his music. Or John Cena always has a big entrance at these events. He always has a big thing. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he'll do this year.
Live music entrance.
Yeah. So somebody will. Maybe one of the divas. Maybe the Bellas will have a live music entrance. Everybody was looking forward to that, I think. Anyway, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. I think Daniel Bryan goes over.
I think he does too.
He goes over and then gets attacked after or something. So
he goes over, or they're both in the main event, and then Bryan's got to overcome 3 arsehole heels to potentially win the title.
Yeah, that should be really intense. The next,
actually, sorry, you know what? I just have a question about this card in general. Does it seem like there's not enough matches?
Yeah, but there is
Battle Royal and things like that.
Battle Royal will take a long time.
Battle Royal realistically won't take more than like
the 14 diva match. The entrances will be 14 times longer than the actual match itself.
Oh. That's a good point.
We'll move on to that one next.
Well, hold on. Are we going to do predictions for each match?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Then Daniel Bryan, I guess.
So we all pick DB, unless, like I said, there's no way H is going over, and I think
I'm predicting Fatal 4-Way main event.
Okay, Alex is going on a limb. Fatal 4-Way main event.
Now someone's got to be the
You got to be the wild card.
Wild card, bitches. No one's taking Triple H to win.
No, I don't think it'll go over clean because it'll just kill the crowd. Will just.
They won't even care about the rest of the show if Triple H goes over in the first match.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot, I guess I should have mentioned this even before this match. I'll talk about the title situations real quick. I like that we have one world heavyweight champion. I like that because basically the world heavyweight title, which I'm looking at right now, thanks again, Alex, that is basically like the Intercontinental title. It was basically, the second title. And now on WrestleMania, we have that the World Heavyweight Championship being defended and the Divas Championship, which has been around for maybe, I think, 5 or 6 years now. And it's the first time it's being defended at WrestleMania. So think about that for a second.
Period,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. But also, it's weird that no Intercontinental title match and no U.S. title match, which kind of bugs me a little bit. And there's no tag team title match on the card. And the tag team titles have been gathering steam over the past couple of months. I mean, we had a really hot angle there with the Brotherhood, Cody and Goldust. That was really awesome when they beat when they beat the Shield for the tag team titles and they got their jobs at, I think it was a Battleground. It was an amazing match. But we get the Fatal 4-Way for the tag team titles on the pre-show. And it's the champions, the Usos, versus Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando, or as I like to call them, Primo and Epico. The Real Americans, Cesaro and Swagger, and Ryback, which is Ryback and Curtis Axel.
That's a beautiful name for a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
What? Just one play on words.
Yeah, Ryback, I think they're such a funny team. They need more time on the mic, I think.
I need to ask, please tell me the Real Americans come out to Real American.
No,
it comes out. It come out to a really. I used to hate it when it was Jack Swagger's theme song. It's this really awful synth trumpet song. It's like I don't even want to. imitate it because I'll snap a vocal cord, but the most over person in that entire match is going to be Cesaro because people go crazy for that guy, and he's amazing.
Swing and everything. Yeah.
He's great.
Cesaro's great, and it's of the general opinion that he kind of needs to do something to break away from to establish himself as his own character. We need to find out who Cesaro really is and what he's all about. So I think he's a breakout star somewhere in the future.
He's the breakup and then kind of pulled back on it going into WrestleMania. And
they did. Yeah. And I thought it was to strengthen the tag team situation, but there you go. You get this Fatal 4-Way on the pre-show, which I guess is fine.
Did we watch that though?
It's
only on the WWE network, is it not?
Yeah, the first hour of the pre-show's on YouTube and like all those sites, but I don't think we can even get that YouTube stuff in Canada. They cut some stuff off, which is
can't get the network in Canada either. So
can't get the network yet. I know.
Annoying. If you guys wanted, you could probably use a. I have something on my computer that lets me watch American YouTube.
Any lawyers listen to this? He's just kidding.
He's just joking around.
No. It's 100% legal.
Hold
on blocker for Chrome will just kind of spoofs any other nation's
access.
Yeah, access. So that's how I watch my American Netflix.
All right, never mind. Take that, lawyers. You can't touch us. Get the hell out of here. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
So that's my little spiel about the tag team titles. Let's move to the 30-man Battle Royal.
And
the participants are, Wikipedia says 27.
The 27 announced participants, yeah.
There's going to be like some Hacksaw Jim Duggins or something coming out.
Yeah. What concerns me about that is the number of entrances. Again, it's going to be so many. And it's going to be so many bloody entrances. And my problem is the number of guys. It's 30. And 2 months ago, we just had a match with 30 guys where they said 27, 29 other superstars, blah, blah, blah. And it's nice that the rest of the roster is talking about it. Miz is talking about it. All these, basically mid-carders. It's basically mid-card the show, All these mid-carders are talking about it. Apparently Brad Maddox is in it. I don't know why. Brodus Clay's in it. I haven't seen Brodus do anything on TV in forever. Sandow's in it. He's been buried hard for some reason.
Was he not the first guy to win Money in the Bank and not get the title? Or
yes, he was. Second guy. John Cena was the first. John Cena cashed in against CM Punk, and he announced it the week before. And then Big Show came and punched him in the face. But yeah, he's the first guy to not. According to this, Justin Gabriel is in the match. Also, I haven't seen Justin do anything since he screwed up JoJo's life on Total Divas. And I don't think I have to go into that.
Let's not.
Yeah, please don't. Rey Mysterio's in this match.
Yeah.
I did not realize Rey Mysterio was in.
Oh yeah, Rey still. I mean, we saw him in.
It's the guy in the Royal Rumble, and everyone went berserk when it wasn't Daniel Bryan, so he got booed out of the building.
Oh, that's
and
okay.
Steve
That's
Austin
right.
made fun of Vince for that. He went to Raw in L.A. and he's like, you can't have the face be. It should have been Bad News Barrett, is what everyone is saying. If it was Bad News Barrett, he gets a major awesome heel heat.
Oh yeah, that one's huge.
Badly needs, and it shouldn't be Rey because everyone's booing Rey, who's like a mega face, and he has been a face the whole time he's been in the company, I believe. I don't think he was even teased as being a heel one time.
His style doesn't really jive with being.
No, he's like Steamboat, right? He's got so much, as Steve Austin calls it, he got so much fire. He's got so much baby face fire. He just can't get heat really. So much fire. So yeah, we got 27 announced participants in the Battle Royal. I mean, it's a Battle Royal. I think it'll be okay. But if you got to pick one winner, and that's. I got to say Big Show. It's got to be him because it's the Andre Battle Royal. Big Show, he's the next Andre, so to speak. Although his life expectancy is probably way better because he won't drink 127 beers in a night. That's my pick is Big Show.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to go with...
You can say any name, and he's probably in it.
Hulk Hogan.
No, he's not. He's not in it.
But hey, he's the host. He'll
he's
show
the host. Up. That's the only thing getting this match over, I think, is Hogan is going to come out and be like, well, let me introduce the participants, brother. He's going to do that.
No, he's going to introduce himself and he's going to win it.
That's not inconceivable.
He'll probably just he'll just
He's gonna lift
Sorry
Big
for
Show
my use of
over his head
inconceivable,
and
by the way.
military press him out of the ring.
into the third row.
He's gonna kill those people always wearing the bright colored tracksuits.
Yeah, pink shirt and his wife lime jacket. Yeah. Matt, what's your pick?
I hate to just kind of bandwagon, but I think you hit all the reasons for Big Show there. Big Show always has the problem in battle royals of being. How do you realistically eliminate him?
And it's always like 7 guys eliminating him. But there's also, Mark Henry and Jinder. Sorry, not Jinder. Jinder's probably going to be the first one eliminated. There's also Mark Henry and Great Khali, which are always 2 guys that people, and probably Brodus Clay too. They'll do the spot with those 3 where they have 7 guys trying to lift him over, even though they body slam him 9 times during a match.
I would love to see, taking away aside from my Hulk Hogan pick, which I'll, defend till whatever. I'd love to see, Ziggler actually win.
That'd be great. But
that guy to get a real push.
Yeah, no, that's what everyone's saying. But he went over Titus O'Neil on SmackDown, so he's not going to win the Battle Royal. That's the rule.
For every rule, okay.
He went over, so he's not going to win. So that there is Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and someone's going to win a trophy, which is
here's the question though: does that trophy get broken over their head?
It's one piece. It's one piece trophy.
Is it one piece?
It's like this big brass trophy. So if someone got hit by that, they would die.
It's like the Lombardi Trophy or the NBA trophy.
Exactly, or the World Cup or something, which isn't even.
Plus, I feel it would be a little bit distasteful to be like, we have this beautiful memorial event for Andre the Giant, and now we're gonna hit somebody over the head with his statue.
Yeah, but it's wrestling too. It's not. It's
he may be dead, but his statue still hurts.
Yeah, I mean, it's wrestling. Everything should be about a guy getting beat up. If it's I don't know, maybe they'll be a little careful with it. I'm sure he'll just win a trophy and walk off, and everyone will be real happy.
Just for the record, Paul Bearer died last year, and they drove that into the ground leading up to the CM Punk Undertaker thing.
That's true.
So,
yeah, there's actually
nothing is off limits, and the special WWE 1-day statute of limitations is up.
Oh my gosh, you're telling me? Unless it's about who, Chris Benoit, then they won't talk about it at all. It's funny too. There's an urn on the spine of the WrestleMania 29 Blu-ray. I mean, they really, like you said, drove it into the ground. Well, I mean, the Undertaker has a graveyard for everybody that he's beaten, which is a little much. But anyway, we'll get
in your house 97, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get an Undertaker in a little bit here, but let's moving on for the Battle Royal. Let's go to the let's go to the Divas Invitational. By the way, I don't know the order except for the opener and the main event, but everything else I'm just gonna we'll go with the Divas Invitational next. It'll have to be something else pretty hot. We'll do John Cena against Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to be awesome because Bray,
really
you don't know what Bray's going to do in a match, which is the most exciting part to me. His match against Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble was the match of the card by a long shot.
Isn't that crazy?
I remember
come in and just all of a sudden be the most over heel and match it with the skills in the ring too. It's crazy.
Yeah, because they developed him.
Product, but the way they developed him was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Who knew Husky Harris would blossom into this character? And it's just such an interesting character. I've never seen one in wrestling like this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With his with the whole opening and his whole thing, and he was in Vancouver he was great because he would just get up and yell at the crowd and sit down. He was awesome. And in the ring, I think against John Cena, I would love to see Bray go over here.
Yeah, that's definitely, and it's not even to say it could steal the show, but it could be the best match on the card.
It could be the best match on the card.
There's no real undercard show stealer, because there's no Punk and there's no Bryan, outside of that. Right. So that could very well be the best match on the card.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you. John Cena's got the major babyface fire, and Bray Wyatt can get some. But he's going to be WrestleMania is a pretty sarcastic crowd, so he's going to be the one that's really over. People are going to pop so hard for him when he comes out, and John Cena's going to get a chorus of boos, except for the women and children. And but it's
the lifeboat crowd.
Yeah, exactly. But John Cena gets the lifeboat crowd, and Bray Wyatt gets the deckhand crowd. I don't know what that means.
But
Me neither. One thing I want to ask about Bray Wyatt though is, I saw him. I saw him at SummerSlam, and I had
Against
no idea
Kane,
what he was getting in for. And it was a total revelation. Like, I was blown away. And I just want to kind of ask: do you guys think that Bray Wyatt is kind of what an Undertaker-like character would have to be today? You know, he's not necessarily supernatural because we're way past that, but he is this he's this dark figure, foreboding, this like,
and you don't know anything,
this cult stuff.
And you don't know anything about him outside the ring. As far as I don't read dirt sheets or anything, so I don't,
No,
I don't care.
No,
but we don't know anything about him outside of his character. Outside of, he was Husky Harris, but I mean, Undertaker was Mean Mark Calloway or something.
About it though, because the developmental territory is now televised partially. You do know a couple things, but
in NXT, he really got over in NXT by being Bray Wyatt and by being the Wyatt family with Rowan and Harper. So it should be interesting. I hope it's a clean match. I don't think Rowan and Harper get involved here. We need finality in all these matches. We need finality. We need a clean winner in every single match. So I'm picking Bray. But if Cena won, I don't think it'd be the end of the world. I don't think it'd really stop Bray's heat at all.
Is that going to be the announce table match?
Because we do have a triple threat main event.
But...
So, it
could that
could
be the Spanish announcers?
It could be. I mean, we do still have a match with the Shield in it, so they could still powerbomb. They could still drill some guys through that table.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the pay-per-view where I'm pretty sure they broke the Spanish announce table, they broke the regular announce table, and then the Spanish announce table got one of those kind of Dudley Boys fiber one, and then they broke that one too. That was amazing. So it was like, just keep doing that. Just keep
replace
doing
it with tables because people love seeing stuff getting smashed. My predictions for this match, I say Wyatt. What do you say, Alex?
I'll say Wyatt.
Yeah, Matt.
Sure.
I'm gonna go Wyatt as well, just out of
so
sheer
3
hope.
Wyatts. I'm not keeping track of these predictions, by the way. But
he's just gonna be that he's one of those heels that's so good at it, he's basically over anyway.
Yeah, it'd be like Steve Austin.
But I don't know.
Super over, maybe they'll do a double turn. I don't think so.
Entrance on a big ramp and stuff like that. It's gonna be their entrance is, although convoluted, it's awesome because he puts out the lamp and then he comes out with a flashlight lamp. It doesn't make any sense, but
and now
continuity errors with that.
And now he says the name of the city too, so it'll be like
which
is
just almost a face.
It is a bit of a face thing, right? Yeah, because anytime someone says the name of your, Mick Foley did it best. It's like, it's great to be right here in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yep.
So after that, I'm going to say the Shield match, Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns against Kane and the New Age Outlaws. Now, I actually like the idea of this match being new school versus old school. If you look at it that way, then it's fine.
Ironic.
If you look at how it was actually booked, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's weird. Clearly, this has something to do with quitting.
I don't know. They're going to break up the Shield, and then they're just like, nah.
Roman Reigns was like, they did a poll on Raw. It's like, who should Kane face out of the Shield? And I think Roman Reigns got like 82% of the vote. Yeah. It was insane. Nice. But, he's the guy who was the sole survivor at Survivor Series. He's the guy who broke Kane's record at the Royal Rumble by eliminating the most guys. He's the most over member of the Shield. He's got all those great moves. He's got that spear, which I don't hate it, but
real original move.
Everybody's got the freaking spear.
I don't mind the spear. I did not like was Edge's because he wasn't even like, you had what's his name? Goldberg, huge. Yeah. Rhino, also a enormous gentleman, and so is Roman Reigns. So it's kind of, it's
all
at least
football
more
players.
Believable.
A spear is coming off the line. A spear is a tackle. It's a huge tackle, and even Hacksaw had the spear before they called it the spear. He had to call it the 3-point stance, and he'd get down and pull you over.
I forgot.
By the way, Hacksaw, member of the Hall of Fame. And we'll talk about the Hall of Fame after this, but I like it as new school versus old school, and I think the Shield can make this a pretty hot match. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. I mean,
but they can't even the problem is the bumping and things like that. I don't know. Like, what was unreal was, when they faced the Wyatts and stuff like that, when Seth Rollins went off on Raw and was just diving all over the place.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh, my God.
And I think they wasted that match at Elimination Chamber. Yes. They should have done Shield and Wyatts at WrestleMania. Yeah. Because, people just them staring each other down, people got a "This is awesome" chant, Yeah. It's incredible. My prediction here is it's got to be Shield.
Yes.
Alex, yeah. we all agree, right? It's got to be the Shields here.
No, I mean, the fact that I didn't even buy the New Age Outlaws as tag team champions.
It was weird. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. But hey, it happened.
I wonder if the Punk departure left so many holes.
I guess. Yeah, they had to really scramble.
They had to book like crazy around us. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. And some things fell into place, but the Shield really got overlooked going into this.
Yeah, they did, and they shouldn't. I think they're going to at WrestleMania. They should prove why they shouldn't have been overlooked.
Kane's another guy. I think this should be his last Mania too.
Yeah, he's in a weird. Kane to me looks like a guy who could probably go for forever because he's still very large and he's still, he's had that kind of slower lumbering style, which is probably why they would lend the longevity to the Undertaker.
Yes.
He's just a monstrous dude. And now they're putting him in a suit. I guess it's like kind of like the way they ease people into retirement. So they put you in a suit, even though Triple H is in, all over this card too. But H can still go. He can still go. And it makes sense. They're kind of doing a new corporation thing, just calling it the Authority, which, whatever. I guess it's fine. People buy into it. People buy it hook, line, and sinker that, they're legitimately trying to screw people out of stuff.
Yes.
It's like, look at these jerks. And, they think they have all the money and power, and we're paying, their ticket price to go to their show and watch their ring, and we hate them, It's like they still, I don't know. I just love it.
You can just come out and just insult all the, people in the crowd and yourself all over the place. But
each and every one of you, as they always say. So, okay, so Shield goes over here. I'm going to go...
Taker?
We got to go Divas, don't we, before the main
event?
I'd
say it's going to go Taker, then Divas.
Taker, right.
Taker
exactly. So Taker and Lesnar is going to be pretty great, I think. I think it's going to be a great match. One thing I will say about Undertaker that bothers me is when he comes out and he says 29 other superstars. It wasn't 21 other superstars.
No,
it was Kane twice, Shawn Michaels twice, and Triple H 3 times.
And he started at like 8.
And he started at 8, yeah. And he missed 10 and 10 and 16, I think. He missed a couple, and now he's doing the one a year. I mean, but when I was thinking, around WrestleMania time, you got to think about who is most likely to try and break it. Brock Lesnar's the most monstrous guy they have right now. He's the meanest looking dude, and legit mean looking dude. Like everybody knows he's
legit heavyweight champion in mixed martial arts. So,
which Taker totally loves too. That'll probably be a pretty good slugfest. I know.
I have a question about this though. And for me, I feel like the Undertaker matches at WrestleMania have almost become less interesting because I think we're well past the point where the streak will ever be broken.
But they're always interesting, man. I remember
they're interesting, but at the same time, we have a situation where his streak will never lose, but the only reason he's there is that the streak exists. So it's this weird kind of like paradox of we're only interested in it because of something that will actually never change.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be a good match, but I just feel like. I feel like it's not really in. I'm not really worried about it. I'm not really.
But they're gonna do something though that puts you in doubt in that moment. They're gonna do something. I just know it. He's that kind of storyteller that they're gonna do something where you're like, I'm like, oh God, at 28, he gets kicked in the face by Shawn and pedigreed by Triple H. Wham wham, and it's like, holy crap, it's got to be over, and he kicks out.
Especially like when he's facing a guy like Triple H, where you're like, all right, if someone's going to break the streak,
it'll probably be him. But
probably going to be him.
Yeah.
Okay, all I'm saying is The Undertaker's the worst wrestler of all time. No,
That's
But
Listen,
just saying his matches.
Yeah,
are the
what
worst.
did that kind of like, come back 1 a year thing? And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it happened like again, and then it happened again.
it happened again and again.
Yeah.
Well, it happened last year, but then he was at Raw in London.
Right.
And the Shield powerbombed him through a table. And I was
Right.
like, wow, he just gave those guys the rub hard, which is awesome. I'd like to see a little bit more of him. I mean, he looks old, but he can, I guess, do the one match a year schedule. They're giving some people a lot lighter schedules. You know, Batista's got a very light one. Lesnar's got a very light one. So Undertaker and Lesnar and two guys who wrestle very light schedules, and so does Triple H, but he's travels with the company all the time.
Lesnar's also a guy that I've had, not to get into like that, but another issues with the way he's been booked. So he's been at 2 WrestleManias after this one. He'll lose this one, and he lost to Triple H last year. It does not make sense.
Yeah, he loses a lot. for a guy who's monstrous, he actually loses a lot at pay-per-views. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's
Eat him.
yeah. I don't know. It'll be a very good match. Paul's going to get involved somehow and do something.
Paul Bear. Will, I got really bad news.
Paul Bear. Well, Paul Heyman did.
That's who you're talking
Paul
about.
Heyman did dress up like
sorry,
him last year. But I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a good match. I just, no matter how in doubt the streak ending is, I think there's going to be moments where it's like, oh man, I thought that was it.
No one will sell a choke slam better than Brock Lesnar either.
Yeah, because his vert is insane.
Verticals are like, watch Hulk Hogan take it at Judgment Day, 04.
Yeah.
And then watch Brock Lesnar take it.
Oh man, I finished The Undertaker has like the 3-part DVD, I guess you could call it, on Netflix, which is like 9 hours of Undertaker matches.
Yeah, I saw that last
And
month.
Hulk Hogan gets about half an inch off the ground.
Well, he tries to do it once, and Hogan literally does not leave the ground.
Yeah,
like it's really bad.
It's just terrible. I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, for this one, I'm picking Lesnar.
You're actually going on a limb?
No, I'm not. No.
Undertaker.
It's Undertaker. No doubt.
Undertaker.
Tombstone. Goodbye.
Tombstone. Goodbye. It's going to probably take a couple, hopefully on some stairs or something. Alex, your pick is Taker. Alex, your pick is for this match.
Yeah. I will stick by my opinion that Lesnar's been horribly booked, and it will continue to happen.
And it'll continue to happen, and that he'll go away for a bit, and he'll come back, and it'll be like
SummerSlam.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I want to go to SummerSlam so bad. Okay, coming up next, the Diva Championship Invitational.
Okay, we're back.
We're back
you guys
from from paying our sponsors on it.com. Great website. So
guys, stamps.com. Don't you hate going to the post office?
Standing in line. All right, Divas Invitational. This is the every diva needs to get a paycheck on the show. What I'll say is that when we saw wrestling in Vancouver, AJ was my favorite wrestler on the entire card. I thought she was fantastic.
Newly engaged AJ
To Punk?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I saw that too.
He was wearing a ring on Raw, and then it got confirmed on I saw it on Bleacher Report, but
wow.
Oh, Alex, who says he doesn't read the dirt sheets.
I guess it doesn't
I don't
count.
consider that the dirt sheets, but
yeah, okay, fine, that's fine.
So
okay, I'll make it easy. I'll pick AJ Lee because I know probably less than a quarter of these women.
Yes, Alex.
I will say, Grace Kim. What was her name?
Who?
Gail Kim.
Yeah, Gail Kim. Yeah.
Gail Kim. No, okay, Ivory. No,
Leilani Kai.
Tamina. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
That'd set up a few between her and AJ and get some momentum going there, but I don't know.
Yeah,
that's really out on a limb.
Yeah, no, but that's good. Go out on a limb. I'm gonna agree with you. Actually, I'm gonna say Tamina turns on her and wins.
Yeah.
The Divas title. Good stuff. Okay, even though Tamina, I don't see her in a match since I think Vancouver. So let's
Sorry, real quick before we leave there, when we were talking about the Divas, I thought about Alundra Blaze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I just checked her Wikipedia page. She is currently a monster truck driver.
Oh,
good,
cool.
Good for her.
I thought you were going to say. I'm not going to tell you what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, good lord.
She's a monster dyke. Okay.
No, I say she's dead. Honestly.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
which would have been right.
I think Will wins for least appropriate.
She wasn't at WrestleMania 20 though, so she's still alive, which is good. So let's before the main event, I'm sure this will happen at some point in the show, but they do bring out the Hall of Fame. I will say this is probably across the board the most consistently good Hall of Fame they've had, and that I can remember. As far as, you know, the last guy getting announced, I was like, absolutely. So here's who we have in the Hall of Fame class this year. The first guy announced, Ultimate Warrior.
Yep.
Then you got Jake Roberts. And you have Lita. And you have the late Paul Bearer.
Yep.
You have Carlos Colon, which is an old school guy, which I unfortunately I don't know too much about.
But he's got Vito's father, is it not? Or
most likely.
I'm pretty sure he ran a whole territory, I believe.
Yeah, he was a big deal, right? Yeah,
it's kind of like his inclusion's almost like the builder category in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
There you go, right? Yeah.
Very similar. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Then you got Mr. T, who's at WrestleMania 1. That's kind of appropriate.
And 2.
And 2, yeah, and 2. And then you got Razor Ramon in the last spot.
I didn't see that one.
See, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Across the board, it's great. And I got to say, Dallas Page has got to be smiling like a Cheshire cat.
DDP yoga-ers.
Yeah, they got the boys in there. So, Hall of Fame.
I wrote, yeah,
I like it.
I wrote down that the Jake Roberts and Razor Ramon, is this the first year they're in the Hall of Fame only because it's the first year they're not a complete mess?
Maybe.
Is that safe to assume?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, typically they don't put a mess in the Hall of Fame unless you count Sonny. But yeah, it's good. It's a good class. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you could say about the Hall of Fame other than good on him, you know?
Little surprised, and I shouldn't even say little surprised, but interesting to see him go in before Kevin Nash, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Since Kevin Nash has kind of been more of a company guy.
Him being Scott Hall, of course.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
I'm just wondering.
Him being Lita.
I'm gonna look this up real quick because they've had a lot of fame halls over the last couple of years. So I'm gonna see if Nash isn't already in it. I think he might already be in it. But I'll see here.
One thing while you're looking that up, Will, I just want to is it not very odd that Ultimate Warrior is in the Hall of Fame considering didn't the WWE release a DVD a few years back that was almost exclusively just to make fun of him? And
they're releasing another one where he tells a story.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, it's time for my story to be told.
Imagine if somebody made a videotape they sold to, a DVD they sold to hundreds of thousands of people talking about what a complete weirdo you are. And then they're like, we'd love for you to come back and we'd love to honor you.
Yeah, that's, hey.
We'll make one.
I don't have much going on that day, so
yeah.
Let me check my calendar for the rest of my life.
So as long as there's no dang queers over there, then I'll definitely come over to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, is that his thing?
Oh my gosh, he says queer and don't make the world work is what he said. But that's,
I mean, that's probably true. I just don't know what the hell that means.
That's queer and makes the world go round.
Guys, can I just shoot off on this for a second? I saw the most recent wrestling show I went to was an indie show here, and one guy was selling wrestling VHS tapes at the show for $5, like Break the Walls Down, Andre the Giant, Larger Than Life.
Great,
$5 a pop.
$5 a pop.
Amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Who doesn't want to snap those up? How was he? How's he looking?
You know,
he looked all right. Or
it was not a good show. He did his little bicycle kick, Enziguri, and the Styles Clash. So
yeah, does the
not
spots?
A good show. Not a good show.
Too bad. Was Troy on it?
No, but he was on the poster.
What?
That's half the reason we went. We made a sign and everything, and he wasn't on the show. But Vanilla Shake was.
Vanilla Shake.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
XXL or something. No, maybe I got that wrong. Anyway.
I think XXL from Temptation Island.
There we go. We digress. Let's. From what I can see, Kevin Nash is not in the Hall.
Okay, anyway. So I was right, and I don't know why.
Razor gets in there before Kevin. But Kevin,
so that is weird.
I think Nash. Weird. I think he was just at the Royal Rumble. He came in as Diesel. I think. So he's still at her. Pardon?
He was going to have a program with Punk at one point, and then something happened to him.
Yeah, and then Punk had a little program with H.
Yeah.
And speaking of H, main event, Orton and Batista and blank, which I think will be Daniel Bryan. And I think Daniel Bryan goes over with the title and everyone gets what they were waiting for months.
So I'm the only one here who technically has a different main event. It's going to be a 4-way.
So, okay. So what do you think of the 4-way?
But my result.
Who gets eliminated in what order?
Bryan's got to go over.
Well, but they're single fall matches, though. There's no.
Yes, maybe not a fatal 4-way. I don't know what you would call it.
Well, fatal 4-way is single fall.
Yeah.
They'd have to call
like
it.
WrestleMania 16, that was single fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say Daniel Bryan beats all three heels.
Okay.
Because that has
That's
to
fair.
happen.
And then
yeah.
And then you end the show with everybody chanting yes, and that's WrestleMania 30, folks. That's the one. And you know, there you go. Catch us on Raw tomorrow. It's either Daniel Bryan goes over or something very controversial happens and catch us on Raw tomorrow. But like I said, there needs to be finality. I think Randy Orton's pretty much a lame duck champion, as they call him. Yeah, Batista's no way Batista's going to have any impact in that match. I don't think. And then
barely in ring shape right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. So that's WrestleMania 30. I'm gonna be
real quick about Batista. Actually, is it pretty clear that he's just baldly there to promote Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, but they haven't mentioned that movie once.
That's bizarre.
They haven't mentioned it
because
once.
I thought the only reason was for him to be there and then kind of be a big deal and then be like, "Go see Guardians of the Galaxy opening August 1st."
But it's not a WWE movie though. WWE has no stake in that film, I don't think.
The Rock was around for his Fast and Furious movies. Isn't it safe to assume that they're just kind of throwing him a bone? It's kind of the trade-off. They want a big star.
Last year,
the big star wants to promote their movie.
Last year, The Rock grossed $1.3 billion at the box office. He was number one by a long shot. And he also
this year was in any other movie, he would have beat him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's because Iron Man made 1.2, I think.
Yeah, that is true. Iron Man 3 was disgusting. So that's WrestleMania. I'm going to be watching it tomorrow at a movie theater because I don't have anyone else to watch it with here, and I'm not spending $70 for the pay-per-view.
Isn't that horrible?
Is it $70 now?
$70 for
it.
Oh my gosh.
For HD, and if it was the network, I mean, I'm snapping up network first day. It's here.
Yeah, same.
But my hands are tied, man. I'm going to have to watch it at a movie theater. There was a dinky movie theater here that unfortunately closed that I liked. It was an Empire Theater, and there was 9 guys there, and we're all just sitting around by ourselves, a bunch of losers being like, all right, let's watch wrestling. And this one guy yells at the screen. He's like,
oh, jeez.
It's like, all right.
Yep, that's what you get. Those are the guys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hunker down in my seat at this slightly nicer movie theater and watch WrestleMania. I still got to spend like $20 or so on the dang ticket. It's more expensive than a regular movie, but it's fun. It's an event. I never want to miss WrestleMania. I always like to see it. How are you two watching it?
I am going to be every year. Like I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but every year we get it with me and Mike Bromley and Mark Haverstock. Once a year we get together for WrestleMania, so we'll be watching it together.
So you're still doing that?
We're still doing that. We didn't do it last year. Didn't work out for whatever reason. Like none of us were around.
Yeah,
just
it happens
that day. But yeah, like 3 or 4 times we've done it. We're going to do that again.
Nice, Matt. What about you? Steal it later?
I haven't thought about it. Well, maybe I will. I haven't thought about it too much. My group that I would usually watch wrestling with, they kind of moved away. So I don't think I could handle the movie theater on my own experience.
It's not as bad as you think. It's a nice way to really sit and really watch the matches and be really enjoy them. And people clap at the end of it. It's hilarious. People clap at the end of a match, even if they don't like who went over. Respect that, man. They give it.
It is weird. That is the culture of that's exactly the culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Clap at the end.
I've seen 2 movies in movie theaters by myself. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a wrestling show, but still.
Yeah.
What movies were those, Alex?
Scott Pilgrim and Looper, and I love both of them.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim would be too bad to watch by yourself, though.
No, it was amazing.
Yeah. I watched Gravity by myself.
Looper I watched again. I watched Looper. I showed my wife Looper, and she liked it.
She thought it was super.
Yeah. Looper was super. I love that movie. I went to see Avengers 3D by myself in the theater after I'd seen it in 2D with other people, but I don't remember why.
Because I watched the Lego movie by myself in 3D. So yeah, I got eyeballed by police officer pretty hard getting in there. I was like, hey, man, no, I'm not. This isn't what you think. Come on.
So, folks, if you had any questions about whether or not wrestling fans are total losers, here's 3 of us saying we go to movies by ourselves.
Yeah, we totally are. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. That's how I feel.
People won't go with me. I don't have a choice, and I still want to see the movies. So
there's absolutely nothing wrong. You can sit there and really enjoy it, and whatever.
Plus, I don't talk during movies anyway. So
yeah, that was good.
True.
Yeah, was he? This be super annoying. I mean, WrestleMania, at least you can talk during the matches, right? Maybe not shout, but it's not as important to hear the dialogue.
You're not going to miss dialogue.
Yeah, although you can hear JBL being like, "That is impressive."
Yep.
So, Maddie, you got some trivia.
I do have some trivia. One thing I just did want to mention before was that one time I was at a wrestling event at a theater, and there was a guy behind us who was being quite rude to the mentally challenged people further down his row.
Okay.
And at one point, I was there with my friend Daniel, and at one point this guy spilled his drink on the mentally challenged people on purpose.
Wow.
And so my friend Daniel was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
The guy kind of got physical with them, so my friend Daniel, because it was a stadium seating, threw him down a couple rows.
Wow.
There's nobody in the rows there.
Yeah.
That he threw him in, but it was this amazing moment of like my friend doing something bizarrely heroic to one of the worst human beings you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, it was absolutely special.
Wow.
What
a dick.
And with
not your friend, obviously.
No.
Yeah, obviously not. But yeah,
Good
I
on
mean,
him.
it's a story that you tell and no one's like, well, maybe those mentally challenged people. Yeah, no.
Wow, really? It's like worse than it sounds kind of thing. It's like, no, you don't understand how bad it was. Wow, man. Well, take that, you jackass. Knock him down some stairs.
Yeah.
Be nice to the mentally challenged. Snap, man. All right.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
Speaking of a mental challenge, you have trivia.
Oh boy.
Nice.
That was an amazing segue. Like
That segue is
no one can hate on that.
Boy.
That was really good. I don't even care.
gosh.
So you have trivia.
I got WrestleMania trivia, guys.
Okay, so
here's what
Alex,
we're gonna do.
Alex, you have a few minutes, right? So let's.
Yeah, like 10.
Okay, so let's.
We'll be quick. So
Process
WrestleMania trivia
out.
is how it's going to work.
Okay.
We're going to go back and forth. I now have 16 questions because I realize 15 doesn't make sense since I'm going back and forth.
Yeah.
I was going to say
You get a
that.
question right. If you get a question right, you get 2 points. If the other person gets it wrong or can't answer it, you have a chance to steal for 1 point.
And let's have the no Wikipedia rule.
Yes, no, let's honest, yeah.
Yeah, honest
Yeah,
Abe here.
yeah,
We're all good Christian men. Let's all swear it. Okay, so shoot,
There we
Matt.
go.
What do you got?
But here's the thing though, is that Will, I'm going to need you to call a coin. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Siri, flip a coin.
Heads.
Yes.
It's heads. So it's you.
Thank you, Siri.
I tried that last night.
No, but wow.
Thank you, Siri.
I practiced that. I practiced it last night. You can ask her, and sometimes she'll say, it rolled under the bed.
Really?
Thank you very much, Siri. Yes, really.
It landed
So,
on
Will,
its
you're
side.
going first.
Okay.
Question number 1. In October 2013, there was a WWE memo that was written by Vince McMahon that was leaked, wherein Vinnie Mac ordered that WrestleMania no longer be referred to by what elderly name?
The granddaddy of them all?
That is correct.
Wow, I had no idea,
Granddaddy of
but
them
you said
all.
elderly, so that was my
I
guess.
threw that out there. So
I'm
so if you
terrified
don't
of
hear
this
people
trivia
call, yeah, what's that?
I'm terrified of this trivia now. I was like, a memo got leaked. I was like, oh, jeez.
That's a pretty.
It's-
That's pretty cool. All right, good luck,
This
Alex.
trivia definitely vacillates between very difficult and kind of not that hard. Alex,
Yeah.
at the first WrestleMania, in what kind of match did Andre the Giant defeat Big John Studd?
Over the top rope.
Oh, Will, do you want to steal that one?
Body slam challenge.
That is correct. So Will gets the 1 point there. So here's a bonus question. Do any of you know there's a dollar figure attached to that match?
Oh my
Do
gosh!
you know what the winner was supposed to get?
I'm gonna say $5,000.
I'll say 10.
15.
15. So between the two of
15.
us,
Between the two of you, which is this is crazy. $32,000 now.
no.
Yeah.
The
So they would have to have the 32.
I hope it was a sack with a $sign on it. That's all I'm gonna say.
All I was going to say is that's one of those trivia questions where you guess, and then as soon as you hear the answer, you go, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I do like over the top challenge. Is a good guess though.
Yeah,
That wasn't a terrible challenge.
a two man battle royal. Those always go over pretty well.
Yep.
Okay, Will.
Yes.
You get a chance to go up five cob on Alex here.
Okay.
Number 3, at WrestleMania 10, the 10-man tag match was canceled because IRS's team was arguing about what?
I'm gonna say whose music to use.
Alex, do you want to steal?
I know why it was actually canceled because the ladder match went long. They were arguing over taxes.
I do love that idea. They were arguing about who would be captain.
Okay.
Which is both irrelevant and kind of dumb because it was IRS's team. So that's
There you go.
the name's right. The name's right there.
What a shyster.
Yeah, that's right. So that was yours, right?
That was mine. I lost. Yeah.
Okay, Alex, at WrestleMania 9, how did Giant Gonzalez lose to The Undertaker?
Get chloroformed?
Yes, he got DQ'd because he was using chloroform. That's correct. So Alex pulls up with 2 there. I wanted to give WrestleMania 9 its fair shake there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Will, at WrestleMania X7, as it was styled,
Nice.
who were the 3 people to interfere in the TLC 2 match?
Lita, Rhino, and Spike.
That is correct.
Nice.
Wow.
I remember that. I remember JR catching himself. He's like, Lita, jerking Edge off the ladder. Which is really funny considering how their life turned out.
Yeah.
But that's just me. All right.
Yeah. This podcast is for children.
That's true.
So, Alex, also at WrestleMania X7, who was the special guest referee for the Vince versus Shane street fight?
Mick Foley.
That is correct.
Yeah. The maker.
Did you actually know that, or was that a guess?
I actually knew that, yes.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it until I looked it up last night.
That was originally booked as Mick was going to face Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Why didn't he?
He didn't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's basically the explanation. Mick didn't want to, and he said it was one of his biggest regrets, actually.
Because he retired at 16 and he wanted to make it final, and then he wrestled at 22 against Edge.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's fair. Will, WrestleMania 21 had the first Money in the Bank ladder match. Who won it?
Oh, my gosh. Why don't I know this? Edge.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Edge in the first Money in the Bank ladder match. That's correct.
Yeah. There you go.
Alex, question number 8. Which WrestleMania was the most recent one to be held in an arena instead of a stadium? For the last the last arena WrestleMania. You can just give me the number.
I think I have the answer, but then I think I'm going to go more recent than that, and I'll say 26.
Nope, 26 was in Phoenix at the University of Arizona Stadium. It's 22 in Chicago.
I was going to say, was that right?
Okay, yeah, that is right. Yeah. Look at Will just jumping in there. No, you're wrong.
Sorry, once you
answer.
asked that question, it was burning in my brain.
I knew it was 20. I knew 22 was there, but I thought it'd be more recent for.
No, they're never going back to an arena.
Since Mania's not at Madison Square Garden this year, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was just it. Will,
yes,
at WrestleMania X8 in Toronto, it was X8, right?
It was X8. Yeah,
it was X8, which I don't know why they did that or stopped for that reason.
Yeah,
which member of the NWO did Steve Austin defeat with 2 stunners, the second of which was especially hilarious?
Oh, my God. It was Scott Hall who jumped high. He jumped into the 9th row, I think, with that second stunner. It was great.
Just want to encourage you, if you haven't seen that recently, just go on YouTube and find it.
Oh, my
it's
God. I just remember
pretty special.
Steve talking before that show. He's like, I'm going to put his head here, turn it so slightly, wham, drop him, stunner. That's one member of the NWO, Scott Hall, out of commission.
There you go.
Yeah, Steve Austin's here with me.
Yeah, you, Klaus, Steve Austin, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Alex, what was the main event of WrestleMania 11?
Okay. I know the answer, I think, because I hope it wasn't the world title match. I believe it was Bam Bam Bigelow against Lawrence Taylor.
That is correct.
Okay. That was just one of those ones where I was like, was that the main event? I know it was a match.
LT versus BBB.
Because the title match was Michaels against Diesel, I think.
Yes, it was.
That's right.
Okay.
Also recommend finding the end of that match on YouTube, the Michaels Diesel one, because it seems Shawn Michaels screws up the power bomb.
Oh, really?
In a very weird way. Yeah, it's very awkward.
Very weird.
Thank
It's
God
very
for
weird
YouTube.
looking.
It's the one thing you can't screw up is the finish, and you screw up the finish.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly.
You ever see that
thankfully,
video of Guerrero getting super mad because Vicky missed her spot in a ladder match?
No.
Oh man, he's facing Ray, and he's like up on the ladder, and then he has to like basically fall off, like he tripped, and then he just was like screaming on the mat, like where the F is Vicky, and she came running down real late.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
That was I think it was like for the papers for Ray's kid, wasn't it? When Eddie's like, "I'm your pappy," kind of thing. That was weird.
Oh my gosh.
Weird angle. R.I.P. Eddie. We love you, buddy. All right, Matt. Next question.
Here you go, Alex. Sorry, Will. This is for you. In what city did Hulk Hogan defeat King Kong Bundy in a steel cage match at WrestleMania 2?
That was in L.A.
That is correct.
Nice.
So that was the famous WrestleMania where they were in 3 locations.
Yeah, in 3
And
spots.
it was on a Monday.
Weird.
Was it really?
WrestleMania 2 was on a Monday.
There you go. Weird, but true, folks.
Alex, this is you gotta pull ahead here. We gotta see what we're
What's
doing.
the score right now?
The score is currently Will with 12, Alex with 6.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah,
This is a football game. You can still be in it.
Yep.
and it would be a terrible football game, as I assume it would all be field goals.
Yeah, that's a Browns
All
game.
field goals. It's currently a Browns game. Alex, at WrestleMania 3, Randy Savage had Elizabeth in his corner for the Intercontinental title match. Who did Ricky Steamboat have in his?
Oh, come on.
I legitimately have no idea. Which I know Will knows the answer to.
Oh my God, it's killing me right now.
Throw something out there. Just throw something, Alex. Anything.
Cyndi Lauper.
No.
Will.
It's George the Animal Steel.
There it is.
Oh,
And that's-
woman.
And that's what Will just did, because he
man.
just stole a point.
So remember the spot where Savage wants to hit him with the ring bell, and then George steals it from him, and he's walking away, and he's like, "Buh," and then he gets kicked in the head.
School teacher, George the Animal Steel.
There you go.
What a gem of a human being.
Yeah.
Will.
Yes.
Number here we go. Question 13. At last year's WrestleMania, Paul Heyman managed 2 wrestlers, both of which lost their matches. Who were they?
CM Punk and Brock Lesnar.
There it is.
2 Paul Heyman guys
2 Paul Heyman guys.
who blew.
Alex. Yeah, exactly. Alex, at WrestleMania 28, The Undertaker defeated Triple H in what kind of match?
Oh my God. I said it earlier.
I'm gonna say Streak versus Career.
No. Will?
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
Oh, you said that earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Man,
Well, maybe. I don't know.
embarrassing.
Number 15, Will. Here you go. Chance for you to pull ahead.
A question for me.
Yeah. WrestleMania 4 and 5 were in the same location. Where was that location?
It was in Atlantic City, the Trump Hotel and Plaza Resort thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Trump Plaza, Atlantic City. That is correct.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? I know a lot
yes.
of Will's questions, believe it or not.
It was all that coin toss.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, man, you missed your opportunity to steal that $15,000 question.
Yeah.
I wonder if I subconsciously accidentally just made every other question very difficult.
Yeah.
Because my last question here is Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie beat the New Age Outlaws in what kind of match at WrestleMania 14?
I know this. It was a dumpster match.
It is true. Dumpster match.
There you go.
That is it for WrestleMania Trivia. Our winner is Will Vaughn. Will, the prize is a trip to WrestleMania.
Oh, sweet.
So,
yeah. Pack my
You
bags.
just want to, just pack your bags, use
Go
your
to the
credit
airport.
card.
Use your credit card, pay for a flight and ticket, and you will go to WrestleMania. Flight ticket and
You win
accommodations
because
not
the
provided.
free market allows it.
There you go. Well, this was
That's right. So,
this is a lot of fun. The Triple Threat podcast. Thanks, Alex and Matt.
thank you, Will, for getting us here. Will, where can we find you? Where can we find you on Twitter if we want to follow you?
At William C. Vaughn, VAUGHAN, on Twitter.
Alex.
I'm going to do that Jason Mantzoukas and say I'm not on Twitter. I'm
That's-
not on Twitter, you guys. So
Not on Twitter, guys.
It's at Evonix. EVAUGHAN. Did I spell that right?
I hope so.
Yes, you did, but you're missing you're missing 3 letters at the end.
ICS.
Hey.
Adam Vonix on Twitter. I'm at MP Vaughn on Twitter at VAUGHA.
And I'm gonna warn you too right now. I'm gonna live tweet. I'm not gonna live tweet everything about WrestleMania, but I'll probably tweet something, 1 or 2 things about each match, just because I'm by myself in a movie theater and I need to talk to somebody about it.
Your phone's distracting the others, though.
That's your phone's distracting. Yeah, that's true. Well, heck, man, the first edition of the Triple Threat podcast, I guess, is a rocking success. Everyone got over, crowd got hot, we all went home, and then we'll catch your ass down the road.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Awesome, man.